bona fide work. So good to be back here in Pennsylvania where it's a little colder and a little more normal for me. So.
San Francisco, right?
Yep.
Did you leave your heart in San Francisco?
I did, Coach. I did.
You and Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
Well, guys, welcome to our show. We're getting towards the end of the season here. The season's gone by real quickly here. Obviously, it does every year. But now we're down to the nuts and bolts of everything. Every game means more. Every shift means more. Every minute means more. There's really no room for error anymore. We've got to be on top of our game the rest of the way. So that being said, Coach, tell us a little bit about where we stand and what we need to do moving forward.
Before we even, just touch on what you said, it's got to, every game is now a 60-minute game where margin of error is so slim. And when another team makes a mistake, we have to capitalize on it. So I think we're positioned well. We have Kent State tonight, then John Carroll tomorrow night, really to decide the first place in our league, the CHMA, and ultimately where we'll be seated for playoffs. We've enjoyed the proverbial king seed at first place, getting the first round bye, and we'd like to continue that winning tradition. But it'll take a good battle against a strong Kent team that put up 8 points on John Carroll last weekend in a very physical, shocking game. John Carroll doesn't usually give up that many points. And, Kent State's had a little renewed momentum. I think they're on a little bit of a roll. But you said it, probably 6-7 times over the week that we match up very well against them. And I think it's going to come down to, forcing them to play our game and deal with our speed. And I'd love to talk a little bit about John Carroll, but we have Kent State, who's going to be a pretty good test tonight. Yeah,
we can't look by tonight's opponent. Truth be told, though, we win tonight, win tomorrow, we wrap up another regular season title. We have bigger aspirations than that, but it's just a step along the road to success that we want to obviously get back to St. Louis again in Nationals. But we got to take one shift at a time, Coach.
Yeah.
What are the keys to our success down the stretch?
I really think it's, a six-man effort on every single shift. We have been taking advantage of our speed all season, and teams have adjusted to that and they've taken away the long part of our game. So I know we've been working a ton at shortening our game, supporting and coming up as a unit, and really changing the style of the game and then opening it back up. And you'll see that tonight. We'll set a little bit of tempo and force our will in the first period, look to stretch it open in the second, and then just shut everything down in the third. Tonight's a special night, though. It's that time of year where you recognize seniors, and we're going to do that before we drop the puck and then get it going right away.
Right, yeah, it is senior night here, and we have a full array of seniors tonight.
Yep, full composition of seniors tonight.
Most of these guys have been here the whole time. Some of them 2 championships, any of them 3, Coach?
No, I think we're out of the 3 championships now, so these guys have two rings on their fingers and, that experience under their belt. So we have 9 players with Cam. I think it's 9 that have experienced that kind of success that we'll pay tribute to tonight. And it's not going away soon. I mean, we still have 4 games less plus playoffs than Nationals. So just a little pause and recognition, not saying goodbye, just acknowledging the contributions and, the leadership of the highs and the lows. I mean, you think about it, Coach. We take an incoming freshman, and this group's a COVID group, so we've had some of these guys for 5 years, and we really get to know them. They get to know us, and it's a special bond that we have with the players. And you say it to every recruit, we're a family. What say you about the graduating seniors?
I mean, it's just an indication of what they've accomplished as far as championships on the ice. I mean, they've been models. We haven't had any issues with them. They're all great kids. We feel strongly they'll succeed in their after-hockey careers as well. And that's actually our biggest mission statement here at IUP, is to create good human beings after they earn their degree.
Yep, heck yeah.
Win a bunch of hockey games, some championships, and come out and be productive citizens in society. So we're happy with the group of seniors we had. We're going to miss them. And like you said, it seems like some of them have been here forever.
Yeah, yep.
With the COVID year. But, we got a lot more hockey to go with them, but after that, we'll always remember them. They were part of the success that got us to the area that we are as far as rankings and where we stand in the CHMA.
Yep, looking for those guys to be big players tonight. Big players in big games, and I think we have two big games ahead of us. And, we're 21 minutes from the end of warm-ups. Anything in the mailbag, Coach?
No, I got some stuff for tomorrow, though.
Okay.
Some interesting stuff that
Yeah.
I was told by the producer to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, most of the questions that I see on social media is just road to nationals. Maybe we'll cover that tomorrow, and we'll let's take care of Kent State
Let's get
tonight.
2 points tonight.
Yep.
All right, everyone.
3 points.
Oh,
we
excuse
won
me.
3.
That's right, Coach. I forgot about this new hybrid system. 3 for a win in regulation.
Yeah. Welcome to the brave new world. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to S&T Bank Arena. We are live covering IUP's senior night as they host the Kent State University Golden Flashes in the final push for the playoffs. And these two games this weekend are going to be huge. But before we get into that, should introduce ourselves. I'm Alex Donaldson alongside Josh Yates.
Yeah, like you said before, certainly down to grind time in the season. Both these teams fighting for that top spot in the CHMA. And, of course, tonight and tomorrow's game against John Carroll University are going to be crucial for the Hawks. Of course, the Crimson Hawks faced off against the Golden Flashes earlier this season. That resulted in a 7-2 win for the Hawks. And, Alex, it was a fun one for sure. We saw some fights, some celebrations, and saw a hat trick performance from Shane Miller. So, see if he can go out there and, of course, replicate the same type of play.
Of course, that last game was on the road. Now back at the bank, the Crimson Hawks, the final two home games of the season. And even going into the playoffs, they will be on the road. We won't be able to bring you coverage for those games. So in the meantime, the Crimson Hawks trying to live it up here in Indiana as they continue to retain possession in the offensive end. Loza drops it off for Rarick. Back to Loza behind the net. Centering pass gets deflected back, and the clear doesn't make it past Soy. Then on the way back down. Golden Flashes trying to move it up ice this time. And a nice backhand pass to find Gabriel. Moving to the left side, now cutting inside. Gabriel across, a beautiful block by Eric Hambling to step in the lane of that pass in front. Now another one. A screen shot found its way through, and Nathan Gates with an early save.
Like you said, Gates between the pipes for the Crimson Hawks tonight on senior night. A senior he is as well. He's been sort of that solid backup for the Crimson Hawks so far this year. 3.43 goals allowed and 913 save percentage. Goes up into the netting. He has one shutout under his belt, so certainly he can step up when it's needed, and certainly it's needed tonight.
As that big frame going to get the starting role tonight against a very clutch opponent. Again, this weekend, two more divisional games. Both will be at home for IUP, but all that starting tonight in the first period. The backhander finding Miller, progress it up the boards. It was intercepted, sent back into the zone. Back to control. Avellino sends it across. It's intercepted by Miller. Snipes right off the stick. And now Fairman behind the net, struggling to find the puck, but with some space, gets to the point. Hambling shot, deflects on the way. Johnston with a backhander. And it's 1-0 Hawks under 2 minutes into the first period.
No, I had a note about the man that scored that one, of course, Eric Hambling, I believe. No, I'm proven wrong. Spencer Johnston, 15. He will be the man that nets that one. He also had a couple of points in the last matchup against the Golden Flashes. Certainly wants to get on the board early here. A 1-0 start. Quick into the first period for the Crimson Hawks. 18:21 remain in the first.
Beautiful play by the Crimson Hawks to not only set up that play at the point in very quick fashion after the turnover, but of course, rebound and traffic in front. Johnston just in the right place at the right time. No mistake on the backhander. It's 1-0 Hawks early in this first period. Now Mudge's pass goes up ice, and Toth tries to find his targets off the stick, and Adams brings it the other way. Now to Jace Rear, finds Malloy in open ice, couldn't catch up to the puck. Now from the point, he'll send one down. Batted down, a deflection, and the centering pass is whistled dead. I believe a high stick against IUP.
Certainly the man in the net for the Golden Flash, and Nick Beck. For the Flashes, excuse me, he's being tested early, Nick Beck. He's sort of been the workhorse for the Golden Flashes this year. He's handled a lot of the goaltending duties. He's been pretty solid, a 9-8-1 record in 21 games. Around a 920 save percentage. But see how this Crimson Hawks offense square up against them.
Yeah, and since we're talking about the tough matchup against two teams tonight, we should talk about the implications that this weekend has. Of course, if Kent State gets the win today, they will tie John Carroll for second CHMA behind the Crimson Hawks. And they do have two games over Kent State in the win column. They also have a game over JCU after Kent State beat them last weekend. Quite the upset going on there. And tonight, a different story as the Crimson Hawks out early as they are trying to keep the pressure on in the offensive zone. Sent back in, chasing is Winsky. It'll end up going all the way around. Tie up along the boards. Comes out, Wild will dump it in. Glove down. And now up ice, Storty takes it. Across the blue line into the IUP zone. Tried to bounce it up and pass one to the middle. The second opportunity does find its way into the slot. It's loose in the paint. Now it's scooped up and the shot stopped. As point blank, Matthew Parker did not have a ton of net to shoot at, but certainly a scary situation.
Yeah, just like you said, not a lot of room to work with. And of course, Crimson Hawks defensive core can attest to that. They do a great job filling those passing lanes. Of course, clogging up the middle. They did just that.
So they clear into the zone by Kolpin is glove down and settled behind the net. Dixon leaves it for Maddox Rurik to take it up the near side. Long pass into the zone, deflects off an IUP stick, so no icing as London gets it across to the near side. The centering pass intended for Loza was denied. Now the Golden Flashes with possession once more, and they can just dump it into the zone. Gates will settle for Dixon. And now a collision behind the net there. Loza with a backhander to find London. And Saylor trying to catch up to this one in his own end. Already 4 shots for the Golden Flashes in the early going, despite being down on the scoreboard. Now they have the puck in the offensive end. The pass across ice intended for A.J. Creighton, who does get the pass off this time. Now from the face-off dot, it is snared by Gates.
And we see early, of course, the game plan for the Golden Flashes is to get Gates moving from left to right. We saw a couple opportunities, like you said, 5 shots for the Flashes so far. Of course, Gates has been there for the challenge.
And the Crimson Hawks defense normally does a good job at getting down and stopping that cross-ice pass. It really comes down to how comfortable they can be. And if the Golden Flashes can keep them on their toes, it could be a rough night in the defensive zone for IUP. But so far, they've skated with them, made sure that puck gets up ice. So now it's into the zone. Fairman trying to forecheck and at least get his man off the puck. Couldn't do so. And he does get his guy there in the corner. Possession still in favor of the Golden Flashes. Intercepted by Fairman, who winds up for the shot. Goes over top of the net for a stoppage. And Fairman took a heck of a collision on that. A couple players did in the slot.
Yeah, just that. Obviously, with the win against the Golden Flashes earlier in the season, a lot of that goal production came from the physicality. They're going to have to use that same sort of tactic here tonight. And it's showing early, like you said, Hunter Fairman getting mixed up in some of it, but of course it gave him that opportunity sort of one-on-one with Beck.
Now taking it up ice with speed on the far side. Storty once again takes the shot. Going on the glove side, it goes wide. The rebound comes all the way out to the blue line. Sent back in by the Flashes. Golden Flashes at that. Now into the offensive end. Fairman off the left wing. A beautiful no-look pass. Tried to find Miller crashing the net. Unsuccessful on that. The clear makes its way to the neutral zone. It's gloved down and sent back in to the Golden Flashes end. The red line, Miller tried to clear one in. He was unsuccessful on the attempt. So Mudge takes it to the net, gets a shot off. And the glove by Gates will stop play once more in the IUP zone. The Crimson Hawks only with 1 shot this game, of course, the only one that's mattered so far.
Yeah, and even with that, it feels like a lot of energy has been on both sides of the ice. A lot of high percentage looks for both squads. Like you said, Hawks are 1 for 1 in the shot department.
Oh, a turnover there in front of the net. Gates was able to poke that away. It's still Golden Flashes possession in the offensive end. Now to the far side, or near side, I should say. The net is off right now. The whistle hasn't blown play dead yet. Now it exits the zone, and they will make adjustments to the net. 6 minutes into the first. Given to the far side. Soy rips one. And saved by the shoulder of Beck.
Not a typical shot you see the captain take. Typically he elects for the pass first, but like you said, he drops down near the face-off dot, takes the shot. Saw a lot of traffic in front. Of course, Jordan Adams Jace Rurick in the mix in front of Nick Beck, but stands tall. We'll see an offensive zone draw for the Crimson Hawks. And the Golden Flashes will take it.
Off the boards and now possessed by the Golden Flashes as Monstrical tried to send one up the ice. Wrapped back in by Hambling as he forced a turnover at the blue line. Wild also effectively forechecking. Now a wayward pass going to be contested along the boards. Winsky poking this one ahead. Coming back, Monstrical with possession once more. As he gives it to the far side. And Miller moves it up ice. Be tipped into the IUP zone. No icing as the Golden Flashes make a change. IUP trying to take advantage. The pass couldn't make it up ice. Hambling gets possession back. Gets it to Ziemba. Brings it this way to Winsky. He is contacted against the board. Still got the puck into the zone. The Crimson Hawks can't retain possession from that hit. Oh man, taken down into the IUP zone. The puck goes. Sent back to the outside. The defense doing a great job keeping play against the boards. And an interception here by Ziemba. What's on the stop? Now through the middle. London bursts through with possession. Got that shot off, going 5-hole. Loza able to fight through the stick check and get that pass to the point before it was sent back down. Off the far boards. Backhander, up ice. Finds Burkett, and he'll find his partner in Evan Sala. Batted down by Loza. Now it's Maddox Rurick into the zone, off the left wing. Into the face-off dot, the shot and rebound goes wide. Trent London even got a swipe at that in the blue paint, but it goes off the skates and the other way. Puck will go into the zone. Maddox Rurick wins the race to the puck. For the first time in a couple of minutes, a breather.
And of course, on that last rush, we've seen this plenty of times this season, but of course, in just the short 8 minutes that we've seen in this game, a lot of these Crimson Hawks doing a great job creating space. We saw Maddox rush on that last rush, break even, and get a clean shot on Nick Beck. Certainly going to gain another one there. Shane Miller kind of dancing up in the middle and threw that backhand on, but of course, you miss all the shots you don't take, so they're going to have to start firing on Nick Beck. They're certainly doing that 6-7 the shot counter now.
I want to say that I think Spencer Johnson's really come out of his shell since he returned to the lineup the other week. You see there on that last faceoff that resulted in the shot by Miller, and of course the goal earlier is just playing with a lot more confidence, especially where he wants to put the puck. More of a playmaker, but he can get on the score sheet as he has already in the first. The only goal on the board coming just over 6 minutes ago in the game. Now a hit by Burkett, jars the puck to the point. It was blocked in front and deflected over top of the net to the near corner. Now this clear will bounce its way through the neutral zone. Johnston will clear it in, and Beck will settle behind the net. He has caulks on both sides. Narrowly avoided the extended glove of Shane Miller, but the puck does go up ice just for a neutral zone turnover. And now Fairman off the bench, leaves it for Miller. At least it was poked off his stick. And now more trouble inside the blue line. It does find its way out. IUP reclaiming possession again. Donovan chasing this one into the zone. Gets some space off of the contact. And from the corner, he'll direct it to Rurick in the middle for Adams. It deflected on its way in with the traffic in front. Two defenders providing the screen. And a smart play by Adams to just rip that puck as soon as it was in the area.
Yeah, great hockey awareness by Jordan Adams there. Of course, like you said, contact down in the corner and knew where to be in that slot. A weird fumbling shot, certainly a tough one for Nick Beck to stop. Sort of a change-up shot, but saw it all the way through. 7-7, now tied up on the shot counter.
Now to the far side, through the neutral zone, play comes. In the zone, controlling possession, and eventually stick-checked was Yanchin. And now along the boards on the near side, IUP struggling to get it out. They do eventually push it forward. And now it's Jace Rurick on the left wing. Send it into the middle. It was deflected, but he gets it back in the corner. They'll send it to Malloy. Looking for the middle feed. Finds Adams going behind the net. Now a reverse pass, finding Malloy. Tried to use that separation and unable to get that pass across ice. Into the zone. Crimson Hawks are defending. You see a very adverse to what we saw last week. Now a turnover in the defensive zone. And the pass into the middle sent back out as well. Rurick with a nice pass to find Malloy on the chip. Jace Malloy into the zone. A man taken down in the slot, that being Rearick. He is still on the ice. And the whistle will come in to stop play. And he took huge contact in the high slot and obviously was not the puck carrier in that moment. So he will get up and wipe that snow off his back. We'll see if there's anything assessed.
Yeah, sort of a weird situation you don't always see. Of course, Chase Malloy down that right wing was looking for Jace Rearick in that low slot as he was streaking down. Of course, it was the Golden Flashes defenseman that made contact with Rearick. And it looks like nothing will be assessed. We'll stay 5-on-5 hockey. Looks like Jace Rearick will be all right.
It's not a bad no call from the referees in that situation because we've seen it on both ends of the ice now where the defense is playing extremely physical and the forwards are being just as pushy trying to get in the right shooting lane.
All right, like you said, two powerhouses going at it, and physicality is definitely going to play a huge role in the rest of this game, as clearly already has in just a short 10 minutes of this one.
Of course, contact like that, especially against one of the honored seniors, will definitely get the bench motivated. We'll see what they come out with after this whistle and face off in the neutral zone.
As you mentioned, tonight was senior night, so we'll go ahead and give some props to all the seniors on this squad. Of course, the alternate captain, Jordan Adams, defenseman Evan Sala, forward Richard Wild, forward Connor Winsky, another alternate captain, Jace Rearick, alternate captain Trent London, of course the captain of the squad, Zach Soy. Can't forget our equipment guy, Cam Longitano, and of course you, Alex, our senior, will certainly miss you next season. But thank all seniors for everything they put into this program, and certainly going to play a role in this game tonight.
I think I can speak on behalf of all the seniors out there, and I think we're equally as grateful for the opportunity to be with the program for as long as some of us has been. I've only been here for 2 years, but of course the players out there that were honored double that time. And an interception by Winsky into the zone will move the puck back up ice. Now back for Creighton, one of the leaders of the defensive core, the top point-producing defenseman on this Kent State Golden Flashes team. So he got a piece of that in the contact to push it towards the blue line, sent back into the IUP zone where Hambling will control there behind the net.
And as you mentioned, J.J. Creighton has been sort of a driving force for the squad from the blue line even. 7 goals, 11 assists in 25 games, but those numbers certainly do not show him justice. It was a great job playmaking for his line mates. Certainly have to keep an eye out for him tonight.
Is going to be a target to contain for IUP. There are a couple names on that list, and like the coaches said in Coach's Corner before the game, the Golden Flashes are in a bit of a streak themselves, so IUP definitely doesn't want to give any momentum their way, so they're trying to keep everything to the outside. They can't do it here as it's sent across, saved by Gates. He took contact in front of the net. He looks okay. Now from the point, shot comes in, deflects wide. Now another one, that time off the stick once again of number 24, Ryan Odstrickle, his glove down.
Nathan Gates certainly doing his part early in this one. He's 12 for 12 on shots that he has faced. Of course, a lot of those being with traffic in front. Those last couple were clear shots, and certainly he's got to love those as you can see it all the way through with no obstruction. Well, we'll see the defensive zone draw, won by the Hawks.
From the corner, sent around to the far side. Fairman will move it up ice after the face-off win. He is tempted to be stripped at the red line, but he just picks up as if nothing happened. Gets the shot off, goes over on the blocker side, and wide of the net. Off ice, Gabriel taking it in stride. Miller with a nice stick check to get possession back. The contact pulls him off the puck and sent back into the IUP zone. Nice play by Donovan, riding his guy off, and now Soy taking it up ice. Gets contact, and a loose puck collected and moved up the far side. Contact behind the play. And the extracurriculars already showing in this first period. It's back for Beck to control behind the net. IUP already forechecking on it. Now the turnover. Adams back into the zone. He puts on the brakes, a nice move, tried to find Miller behind the net. He gets contact in there, got his guy down to the ice. Still progressed forward by the spare Golden Flash in the corner. And sent this way, off the bench. Hambling trying to get in the way. Rarick doing the effective job at the point of keeping it into the zone, and he played really good positioning there to prevent that breakout pass. Now the Crimson Hawks get flagged for an offside, and a neutral zone draw awaits.
Yeah, as you mentioned, before that got whistled down. Hawks doing a great job on this forecheck, very aggressive and starting to pay off on these last couple of rushes. That top line that just headed off, of course, Hunter Fairman, Spencer Johnston, and Shane Miller just disrupting play as they do. That puck bounces up into the rafters. And one of the staples of being at S&T Bank. We'll see an offensive zone draw here for the Hawks.
Yeah, before the game we were watching practice, and the Golden Flashes were practicing their clears out from the point or down low at least, and trying to avoid the stanchion. Of course, captain there couldn't avoid it as it was sent back into play. And we play on with 6:40 to go in the first period. Malloy on the boards with it, sends one down low, but a good interception there by Kyle Holmes. And they'll send a pass across ice. Now on the backhand, he retains possession. Matthew Parker with it. He leaves it, and an attempted kick pass doesn't go anywhere. And it'll deflect up to the blue line. Good check to finish it by Malloy. Of course, Adams also in the area, but it's Jace Rurick taking it up ice for the shot, and a blocker save by Beck. And then to the far side, Creighton sends one this way and into the zone. Boker with great stick positioning, even on the second attempt, as he was able to evade the stick check and get it out of the zone. Now Burkett behind the net. Scans his options. Thought about leaving it. He'll take it up ice. He has Winsky free on the right wing. Referee says he got a piece of it, so no icing as it goes into the zone. Burkett fires one back in. That one will go out of play for a whistle. Now 5.5 to go in the first. IUP with an offensive zone draw. Hoping to build on the only 8 shots they've had this first period.
I was just going to mention that 8 for the Crimson Hawks, but it definitely feels like the momentum is on this side of the ice in favor of the Hawks. Feels like a lot of those 11 for the Golden Flashes and from far outside, and high percentage saves for Gates.
Into the zone, taking the shot. Gates with a nicely assessed poke check to get that one to the corner. He has to play low on another bouncing puck. Never made its way on net. Now Sala will get it out of the zone and into the Kent State end. From the corner, tie up, possession going for the Golden Flashes. It's sent across ice. He'll have to reverse as Ostrical will find his man on this side, and Miller will send it forward into the Hawks' end. Gates playing it, and Soy will wrap one up the boards, but it's intercepted in the meantime. Now Loza up the right wing. The man entering the Kent State bench almost slowed down the play. So he used it as a screen to continue forward and get that shot off. Now in the corner. And around the far side, Mudge will clear one into the IUP zone. Another stretch pass off the stick of 28 has resulted in an icing. And I think it's because the Crimson Hawks defense is playing really good positioning and not letting anybody pass.
I was just going to say that. Of course, we know head coach Joe Honzo and Dom Glavich, they stress this all the time to the guys, is playing without the puck is so crucial to a winning team. And they're doing just that. The blue liners for the squad, perfect positioning, not allowing much behind them for the Golden Flashes. And like you said there, a lot of ill-advised stretch passes that are just giving the puck right back to the Hawks.
And despite that, they've still had some solid offensive zone pressure, but the IUP defense doing a great job at immediately moving it up ice. Not only is that a way to kickstart the offense, it's also a momentum killer. And the Crimson Hawks, with possession in the end, tried to make them pay once again. Unsuccessful on that. And Sherman into the zone, dropping it and dancing into the middle. Avellino, his shot sent into the corner. Hambling will float one up ice. Now a race for the puck here. Loza catches up to it. He has Rarick in the middle. That's where he tried to go with the pass. It was blocked, Now the Golden Flashes back up ice into the Hawks' end. Sent into the middle. Trying to get around Hambling and getting back to the puck. It's TJ Avellino. Ties it up with 3:30 to go in the first period. An impressive goal at that, somehow finding that in the woodworks underneath Hambling.
Yeah, just like that, a lot of chaos in front for Gates. Of course, Eric Hambling dropped down to a knee and looked like he had the initial block shot. Like you said, Avellino has that scoring touch that notches his 13th goal in 27 games, and it's proven to be a reliable finisher for the squad, and he shows it off there. Ties it up.
And we saw the Hawks in most of the situations earlier. We were praising them for their ability to shoot that puck as soon as they find possession in the mess. Avellino took that into his own playbook there. Scooped it up from Hambling's block. It's not easy to shoot around a defender that low on the ice, but he had the reach to get it around, and now a stretch pass forward as the Golden Flashes onside, and Gates with a beautiful 2-on-0 save. So he shuts down the opposition, and the clear will go down for an icing.
A sigh of relief for sure from the bench of the Crimson Hawks. You said Hunter Fairman tried to throw that hip check right along the blue line. Missed a little bit, like you said, 2-on-0. Nathan Gates was there to stop that point-blank shot. Keep the score where it's at. It's a timely save at that for sure.
Especially with 3 minutes to go in the first period, that really could have been a momentum shift. 2 quick goals, but Gates doing his part once again, this time with the glove, stopping that point shot. The score, 1-1 in the first period. Just like we said, 3 minutes to go. In the frame, behind the net, Donovan controlling it, looking up ice. Couldn't get that clear to stay under the lights in the ceiling. So at the very least, the Crimson Hawks will get a change from this whistle if they choose to take it. Doesn't look like they will. The boys staying out there, and if I'm not mistaken, this is a goal-scoring line right here.
Very much a goal-scoring line at that, and just as that puck hit the lights, we saw Spencer Johnson streaking through the neutral zone, and if it wasn't for that light up high, it would have been a pretty all-alone opportunity for Spencer Johnson. And like you said, Shane Miller, Spencer Johnson, and Hunter Fairman out there, and looks like they're going to head off now for a change.
Yeah, they just headed off, but they got the face-off win in the clear-down ice. It's hammered back into the IUP zone. Zach Soy controlling it there, waiting for Rierick to come across. And now Jace Rierick on the near side. He'll float a backhander into the middle. Batted down with a high stick. They couldn't touch it. Rierick said, "I don't mind if I do," and takes that shot from the high slot. He gets shut down.
And of course, we know he's never going to think twice about a loose puck. He found it there and split the defenseman with the shot. Certainly, Nick Beck getting his work in, as well as Nathan Gates, both goaltenders playing a great game so far. A lot of offense on both sides of the ice. See how it holds up in the final 2 of the first frame.
I have to say that was pretty good discipline by the Golden Flashes. Of course, that discipline in not touching that puck and, of course, not getting the high stick whistle down resulted in a opportunity for one of the top scorers on this IUP team. I'm going to be a little bit smarter on where those high sticks take place. I've only had to use it a couple times. The Crimson Hawks have been going high with their passes, and like I said during practice, Golden Flashes were doing the same. Kept in at the blue line, just barely, and Rierick had it roll off the puck, sent it to the middle on a beautiful no-look pass. Adams on the rebound, sends it across, and nobody there to finish it for IUP.
What an opportunity for the Hawks, snuffed out by the Golden Flashes defensive core. Of course, Nick Beck, spectacular breakdancing in his crease. Stopped every last shot from the Crimson Hawks. There's a lot of bodies in front. A loose puck certainly does not add up to a good situation for the Golden Flashes typically, but stop that one.
Yeah, IUP's forced a ton of turnovers in the offensive zone all season long. And of course tonight the Golden Flashes feeling the effects of it, as even the first goal and all the scoring chances since have been forced off of turnovers.
Yeah, and they've all been in front too. We see, of course, the play style of both of these squads. They rely on those, of course, chaotic and greasy goals in front. And it's certainly been the story for both the goals so far.
IUP's really dominated in the puck control department. And because of that, and it's been a challenge for the Golden Flashes to force many turnovers against them. Many times it goes the other way, like it does here. Trying to clear it out of the zone was Winsky. Found its way right on the tee for a point shot from Holmes. It ended up deflecting away from the net. And that could have been a scary opportunity if it deflected any different way. The Golden Flashes still turning the pressure on. This shot blocked in front, goes into the safety netting. With officially remaining 31 seconds in the period, still a 1-1 game.
Like you said, we saw that booming clapper from the blue line. If I'm not mistaken, it looked like it deflected off the stick of Evan Sala and deflected the right direction, just a centimeter the wrong way, and could be in the back of the Crimson Hawks net. But of course, it's not how it went, and we have 30 seconds to go in the first period.
Into the zone, the Golden Flashes still turning on the heat, and Gates was there with the right pad to deny. Now London off the boards, into the zone, takes the shot, and somehow the glove stayed with him as Beck stands tall for another huge save, and another Crimson Hawk forward down on the rush.
Now we're seeing a lot of physicality on those odd man pushes. Like you said, it was Maddox Rick and Trent London. Maddox Rick took a fall right in the middle of the offensive zone and saw Trent London turn the jets on right on that left wing and sort of fire it. But like you said, Nick Beck gloved it down.
And we talked about the active scoring line that notched a goal, but of course these guys know how to get it in the back of the net as well, and that had to have factored into that decision to corral that puck and whistle it where Beck did. With 13 seconds to go in the period, a face-off, Johnston gets the win. London shot, whistles wide, didn't deflect in front. Oh, that one deflected out off the outside of the net. And now London trying to bat one down in the neutral zone. The Crimson Hawks will elect not to touch the puck. The Golden Flashes will comply, and that will do it. First period of play. The Crimson Hawks starting off the scoring. It was Kent State that got back in it near the end. Now it's just an even hockey game.
Yeah, like you said, Kent State coming into this game on a hot streak, and they're certainly playing like it. Of course, we're heading into the first intermission tied up. In front of a full barn, we have the IUP drum line down there as well. They're starting to get hyped for their guys. So we'll see how the second period plays.
1-1 in the first period of senior night. We'll be back with period number 2, 15 minutes. See you then.
in the middle of the ice as of now.
So we welcome you back to action here at S&T Bank Arena. The second period starting here at IUP Senior Night. As it's into the zone, where Gabriel will take it in the corner and give it around to the behind the net option. Handling with a nice poke check there. Now he'll move it up ice. He has Miller ahead of him in the offensive zone. Takes a shot into the breadbasket, and that will start things off. 19:35 to go in the period.
Man, quite the first period we saw. A lot of momentum certainly on both sides of the ice, and clashed right in the middle. 12-16 currently sits the shot counter in favor of the Golden Flashes. Well, we've seen that strong defensive core for the Hawks do their part as well. We'll see how it holds up here in the second frame.
Yeah, they did their part getting that puck up ice. Getting the shot off was Hambling, and now Fairman from the high slot gets one off. Hambling keeps it in the zone, and a rat pass sends it over to Ziemba. Finds its way in the neutral end. The defenseman gets back to it. The cross-ice pass batted down, sent into the IUP zone. Great poke check once again by Hambling. Able to assess that one. Now Fairman will take a breather before moving it up ice. Now up the right wing. Intercepted by the Golden Flashes and sent back into the IUP zone. Deflection going to the corner. Soy in the area able to get to the puck from the pass from Ziemba from the goal line, and now it's Loza into the offensive end. He takes a shot going on the glove side this time. We saw a lot of blocker side shots against Beck in the first period. Of course, he saw them as well. And that time on the glove side, we'll see if the Crimson Hawks switch up that shooting area in the second period. Loza's shot deflecting into the corner off of Rierick, who's trying to provide the screen and deflection in front. Just over 18 minutes to go in the period. This one comes in. It's deflected wide off the right pad of Beck and down to the corner. Now kept in at the blue line by Donovan. Able to find London, who gets wrapped up. And the swat for the puck draws the whistle. See what the call is as IUP touched the puck, and immediately it was blown dead.
Yeah, like you said, we'll wait to see. There's certainly a lot of zone time for the Crimson Hawks on that last push. Controlling the puck really well and finding those open passing lanes. It's only a matter of time before, of course, they net another one behind the goaltender, Nick Beck.
Dixon trying to send one down. It was swatted down in the zone end by Ostrickle. And now his shot goes all the way into the breadbasket of Gates. And he'll draw another stoppage. 17:44 to go in the second.
Like you said, we saw that shot. Would have fired in from the neutral zone. Right towards the 5-hole of Gates. He stopped it. And we'll see the defensive zone draw here for the Crimson Hawks. Jace Rierick at the dot. And he'll win that one back for Dixon.
Dixon off the wall trying to find Sela. He got his way around one defender trying to find Adams, but the puck into the neutral zone. The Golden Flashes control there. Gates able to get to that shot. His own rebound, able to snare it right behind the goal line. But the stoppage nonetheless, 2.5 minutes into the period.
Yeah, the first time we've seen the Golden Flashes down in their own zone in this period. Sort of seeing that story hold true from the first. They're having a tough time completing those passes against the Crimson Hawks. We see it again there. Defense doing a great job.
Yeah, we saw early glimpses of their game plan, which involved a lot of horizontal play, trying to move Gates from the left to the right and back again. Of course, the Crimson Hawks have tightened up a lot more in the middle, and a lot less of those passes are being completed.
Yeah, we've certainly seen that game plan a lot from the Crimson Hawks throughout the season even. They do a great job pushing offenses towards the outside of the ice. Of course, limiting those opportunities in front. Only Nathan Gates has to be thankful for that as well. See the draw there, won by the Crimson Hawks.
And Boker against Colpin. Boker came out on top. Winsky took that contact at the bench area, and Wild trying to forecheck in the offensive end. Couldn't get possession back, but the pass wayward Ziemba will just dump one down. It deflects off the netminder into the net. And it will be a whistle. And one of those long shots like that, you almost expect a change every time, but the Crimson Hawks going to keep their men out there. They think they have something going with this line.
And we've seen a lot from that grinding fourth line. Jeffrey Boker, Connor Winsky, and Richard Wild out there tonight. Now they're gritty and they do a great job on the forecheck. You see Connor Winsky going up there, just limiting the passing lanes.
Creighton's stretch pass was denied, so he gets it back, and he'll move it up ice himself this time. On the backhand on the right side of the red line. Directed this way by Ziemba, and off the boards. Well, he's struggling to find the puck, and it does come out of the crowd, ends up in the ceiling. Just barely goes out of play as it touches the roof of the bank.
Besides that initial rush we saw from the Crimson Hawks, where they spent upwards of 2 minutes in their offensive zone sliding the puck back and forth, we've not seen a lot of pressure on either side. A lot of play stoppages, and certainly both teams looking to get back to that offensive pressure that they applied in the first.
Yeah, it holds all the signs of a really entertaining hockey game, as like you said, both teams still feeling each other out as the second period game plan just about to take effect. A lot of those point shots looks like they're going to be up on the menu. Kent State already with a couple shots from far range. You don't always score on those. Of course, there are off chances. The Crimson Hawks get the face-off win, and Fairman will take it up ice. He had Miller behind him, and we'll get to this puck as it's poked off. The pass will find Fairman in the far corner. Now Hamling at the blue line, dancing with it, kept it in, deflects in on goal. Fairman is celebrating. Where did that puck end up? I don't think the referees have given the signal for the goal. The boots on the ground all put their arms up in celebration, and once Beck moved that pad, you could see that puck was sitting there on the goal line, but that was close.
Yeah, certainly a weird situation. We saw that puck sort of slid in from the point. A lot of traffic in front. Of course, Hunter Fairman was there. He's claiming to be the scorer. And went in between the 5-hole of Nick Beck. And of course, they have a great vantage point over there to whether it crossed the goal line or not. And like you said, the Crimson Hawks are pretty certain that it went in. We still see some of the Hawks explaining it to their coaching staff there. And it'd be a big goal at that as well. Get the lead pretty early here in the second period.
And that's another high-range shot. Found its way in and became a lot more dangerous than first thought. So saw the Golden Flashes start to take more shots from the blue line. The Crimson Hawks almost converting on that last chance. And even if they don't get the official goal here, still means that their game plan is starting to come together.
Yeah, certainly. I like what you mentioned in the first period about Spencer Johnson's game starting to open up. And of course, we saw it there. He's playing with the puck a lot. Without the puck, I should say. Playing without the puck, he drug his man out of the paint. That's what allowed for Hunter Fairman to streak through that slot and, of course, get the tip. It looks like there's going to be no goal on the board. We'll still see that offensive zone faceoff for the Hawks. Spencer Johnson at the dot now. Certainly a lot of fire for the Crimson Hawks.
Sent in by Hamling, deflected off of Miller to the corner. He's the first to get to this puck. So he passes it back to Ziemba, finding Hamling to the far side. And the blocked shot, rebound goes off the boards. Hamling, a great stick check to keep it in. Miller trying to progress this to Fairman, and there he is in the corner. Hunter Fairman calming possession down, kept it in at the blue line after his first passing attempt was denied, and now a loose puck in the low slot is deflected to the far side. No harm there. Now a 2-on-2 as the Hawks blue line getting back in position for the shot. And Miller finished it off with a stick check to really break up that play.
Like you said, the game plan's starting to sort themselves out for their respective squads. And, of course, Crimson Hawks looking for the traffic in front. We saw defenseman Logan Miller laying his body on the line to, of course, deny that tip-in opportunity on the last rush. And did just that.
That shot set in. Luckily, Soy was there to control the rebound to the boards. That's where the Flashes will control the puck. behind the net, trying to move around to the far side. Sherman's pass finds the man at the point, blocked by the left pad of Gates. Now dancing in once again was Sherman. His pass goes wide. Now this one rockets off the boards on the near side now. Golden Flashes in the offensive end. A nice hit by Donovan to get the puck carrier off. Jardine catching up to this puck, and Loza finishing off, getting possession back for IUP. He has it here at the goal line. So he tries to float one out of the zone. It doesn't make it past the blue line. And back on offense. And Jardine's shot was blocked. London trying to power forward for this puck. Man going down on top of it. Kent State defender. And being Kyle Holmes, playing very physical. And the reaction afterwards, that of frustration, but it will land Trent London in the penalty box. And the PPC penalty kill. Get out there for the first special teams opportunity of the game.
You know, we saw, of course, that opportunity. Trent London with a one-on-one opportunity with Nick Beck. Of course, he was taken down. The stick was sort of stripped away from him as they tumbled behind the net, you could say. He was a little frustrated at that. Went after his man, and certainly he's going to serve the time for that. 2 minutes on the penalty board. Like you said, PPC penalty kill. Jeffrey Boker at the faceoff dot now, and the Golden Flashes win it.
2 minutes still to kill as it goes into the zone. The shot goes to the far corner, staying in play off the glass. Van Hambling will get the clear as he corrals it and sends it down to the opposite end.
Of course, we know the Crimson Hawks say it a lot, but they are no stranger to being shorthanded. 76.8% in the penalty kill area this season, so they look to kill off this rush by the Golden Flashes.
From the high slot, that one rockets wide of the blocker of Gates. And now cycling the puck once again, taking it to the far side. Mounchin finds Gabriel. Gabriel stripped in the corner as Hambling got his stick in there, as the referee also got a piece of that puck, but it comes free. A great block there by Wild to shut down that opportunity. It's still alive for the Kent State Golden Flashes. Attempted clear again by Wild, couldn't get out as he is playing very active up near the point. They'll have to send it down below the goal line to avoid the heat. Now to Creighton at the high slot. He's hit by Boker, giving it off, and moving with the puck for the shot was Kaibosh. He gets it back. Kaibosh with it now in the far face-off circle. Puts the brakes on, finds a man with the pass. Now Creighton steps up. I think he was looking for the shot. Now he'll have to circle back and find the point option. Instead, it's Wild. An exceptional penalty kill by number 10 as he leads the way, killing off most of the power play. But there's still just about 10 seconds left. Into the middle, shot, saved by Gates as it was directed on, and the puck never made it out of the scrum.
A great penalty kill for the Crimson Hawks, especially number 10, like you mentioned. Did a great job sort of chasing the puck on the blue line is what it felt like. Of course, he jarred that puck loose and knocked it into the neutral zone. Just 7 seconds remain on the penalty kill. We saw a great stop, of course, on that last push as well by Nathan Gates. A lot of traffic in front, bouncing puck. The Crimson Hawks will be glad to get another man back.
Donovan on the backhand will send it forward, and like you said, it brings us to 5-on-5 play. Fairman was hit at the point, and a lot of spectators taking exception to that hit. Now he's still favoring that right knee.
Yeah, it looked like knee-on-knee contact. I don't really know if it was an intentional hit. Sort of two fast-moving forces, of course. Hunter Fairman, we know the type of skill he brings to the ice. He's moving fast, going through the neutral zone, and sort of collided. So he heads to the bench. Hope he's all right. We'll head back. Defensive zone draw for Jace Rarick.
It'll be a new set of forwards out there. Malloy and Adams joining Rarick, taking the face-off. And in from outside of the zone to the late offsides brings the Golden Flashes out of the zone. In a 1-1 hockey game, the Crimson Hawks will start things off from their own end. And into the middle, intercepted, and back into the IUP zone. Avellino fighting for possession there in the corner. Dixon got to it. Now Adams does find his stick in time to get that pass to the point. In the meantime, a whistle, as you pointed out, Josh.
Yeah, we saw, of course, the official in the middle of the ice. His hand went straight up. And we'll see, of course, once the Crimson Hawks touch the puck, and the whistle was blown. We'll see 2 minutes on the penalty clock. Of course, assessed to the Golden Flashes. We'll wait and hear what the call is. Well, we're on the PBC power play, the first time of the night. See how the Crimson Hawks can use this to their advantage.
And it's the alternate captain and goal scorer for the Golden Flashes, sitting currently TJ Avellino, as he will serve the minor. And the Crimson Hawks power play on their first opportunity of the night. Things started, 11 and a half to go in the second period. 2 minutes on the penalty clock. The first clear unsuccessful. The Hawks get possession back, and Ziemba couldn't hold that puck at the blue line. Now it is a rush to the net, and shorthanded, the Golden Flashes get their lead. 2-1 the score. Kolbianchin gets on the board, number 8 on the rush.
Yeah, certainly not the guy you want all alone with your goaltender. Kolbianchin, the top scorer for this Kent State squad, marks his 15th goal of the season, 27 points in just 20 games. Of course, that penalty will not be killed off as it was a shorthanded goal for the Golden Flashes, so still a minute 47 for the Crimson Hawks on the power play. Just wanted to mention also, the Golden Flashes, a great penalty killing team, one of the top teams in the CHMA, 84.1%. Of course, they, like we saw, create a lot of shorthanded opportunities. And they scored that one there.
Pressure there forces another whistle, bring the puck back to the IUP zone. They still have 90 seconds on the power play. A very uncharacteristic mistake at the Hawks' blue line. Couldn't corral that puck. Of course, the turnover goes the other way, and just like that, a 2-1 hockey game. The Crimson Hawks now have some extra motivation to convert on this power play. Let's see if they can get down the ice and turn on the pressure. Hunter Fairman goes left and into the middle. Into the zone, offside the call. To stop things there, I believe the guilty party, Chase Malloy, who was involved in contact. He was very close to that blue line as he pleads his case. But it'll start things off in the neutral zone for the team with a man up.
Yeah, certainly a momentum killer. We saw Hunter Fairman was back on the ice after that huge collision a couple moments ago. Back ready to go on this power play. He was moving through the neutral zone very quickly. A lot of speed. Going right at Nick Beck, but of course the momentum was killed by that offsides call. We'll see the neutral zone face-off here. Matthew Loza taking it for the Hawks.
Well, they locate the puck here, and Fairman will take it in stride. He has Malloy with him. Two forwards playing the point position, and a man going to the bench who lost his stick for the Golden Flashes rejoins the play as the turnover goes in the Golden Flashes' favor. Kept in at the red line by Fairman. And Loza will have to retreat and get to this puck once more. On the near side boards, Adams with a nice counter hit. Stays up, but only 50 seconds remain on the man advantage. Fairman into the zone off the left wing. Cutting inside, trying to dump it himself. Instead, the rebound came out. The second opportunity also saved, but a great glove there by Malloy. The netminder without his stick, as Beck is bare there, and the puck will go in. Hunter Fairman makes his return on the power play, and the Crimson Hawks able to tie it up with the man advantage.
A huge momentum goal for the Crimson Hawks. Like you said, Hunter Fairman right back after that injury that he sort of suffered earlier in the period. He's back ready to go. We know he's a playmaker at heart. He did just that, tied it up, got a new ball game.
Yeah, plenty of contact in front of the net. We normally see him trotting around the outside and near the point, normally moving the puck himself over long distances, but instead he got in scoring position there. It results in an IUP goal to tie this game up at 2 halfway through the second period. We are at now. Now forward, Crimson Hawks with some extra energy after that momentum goal, and the snow in the face of Beck. Will draw a little bit of contact afterwards. Crimson Hawks are getting an offensive zone draw here.
Of course, we look back, Hunter Fairman certainly been productive in the scoring category this year, the second highest scorer for the Crimson Hawks. It's his 8th goal of the season, his 22 assists, which marked 29 points for him this season, and 30 points that is, excuse me. And of course, like we mentioned before, a timely one, and this team's still going at it.
Now off the near side and moving it forward with possession is Sherman, trying to get that one to the middle. Instead, it comes out of the zone. J.J. Creighton will send one in. Glove down by Donovan. And they'll progress this forward. Winsky bouncing one to Boker on the near side. He'll just blast one into the zone as the Hawks complete a line change. The forward's back out there. Trent London trying to cause some problems. Winsky's still out there. He tries to jar that puck loose as well. The stick getting in there. Couldn't get a piece of it. And Golden Flashes will move it up ice. Going against his man and getting the shot off on the far side. Now Creighton steps up for the shot going over top. And the initial opportunity from Jardine. He's had a couple opportunities in the IUP zone. Doing one-on-one work along the boards resulted in the shot. The Crimson Hawks get possession back, moving it up ice. It's sent back into the zone. Jardine won't get to this puck. Tipped away from him. London on the near side, fighting for possession. He finds Salo along the boards. Burkett couldn't handle that one against the boards, and it comes out to the blue line. High slot shot, or excuse me, high point shot comes in. Shoulder of Gates getting in the way of that one in the glove, securing the rebound.
Great long distance save by the man between the pipes. Holds the score where it's at. We see, sort of like you mentioned before, the Golden Flashes taking a page out of the Crimson Hawks' playbook. Doing a great job of being aggressive on that forecheck and staying tall on their blue line. Sort of keeping the Crimson Hawks hemmed in their zone.
Quick turnaround shot from Kibosh, and that was denied loudly by the pad of Gates. Back up the near side. Rearick chasing this one into the zone. Had it turned over as Gabriel, that big frame, getting through and getting possession in the corner. He gets it back to the point. Trotting with it now for the shot was Miller. The pad of Gates standing tall once again. Now from the corner, sent into the middle. Gabriel on the backhand, tries to forward one into the zone. At first it was a denial by the skate of Rearick. Then Hambling saw that deflection into the corner, and the Crimson Hawks control from there. London into the zone. Into the middle now, the puck goes. Rearick had it poked off, and the deflection by Maddox Rearick. It turned dangerous there for the last half second of that shot.
Yeah, an opportunity out of nowhere. Heading off the ice for the end of his shift. Of course, he was in the right spot at the right time, deflected it down, but Nick Beck was able to handle it. 21-28. Currently on the shot counter in favor of the Golden Flashes. We said it before, a lot of neutral zone hockey. Still waiting to see one of these teams sort themselves out.
Miller with a nice hit to force possession over. And a nice spin move, gets some separation for the pass to the point. Donovan was hit there. Soy getting back into the zone, trying to defend against the rush. And the shot goes wide off the stick of Max Mudge. Now Fairman with the puck moving forward. Trying to wrap one around the net, and he banks it. Hunter Fairman, electric as always. 2 goals in the second period. 3-2 hockey game, and the Hawks back on top.
He's certainly feeling himself. Turned the Jets on from the opposing blue line. Went all the way down. Wrapped it around the net. Like you said, banked it off the back of Nick Beck. 3-2 the score. He decided he was taking this game into his own hands. The Crimson Hawks lead.
So 2 electrifying goals back-to-back for number 3. And the Hawks offense needs to be feeling something now. A goal up just as fast as they went a goal down in this period. Now with the lead, it's into the zone. Jace Rearick moving it into the middle, trying to find Malloy, who's on the doorstep. The pass was denied by the netminder, and Beck will hold on for another stoppage.
Well, like you said, we'll see the offensive zone draw here for the Crimson Hawks. Jace Rearick Jordan Adams and Chase Malloy, the forwards out there. Calziemba and Eric Hambling on the blue line for the current shift that is out. They'll do their part. Of course, Golden Flash is looking to reverse that scoreboard in their favor.
Now the poke check finds its way to the far side. Back to the middle, and a great block there by Ziemba to keep that puck away from danger. It's gloved into his own end, so no icing. As Holmes gloved that one down. Now Creighton receiving a hit from Hambling, and possession going the other way. Ziemba will find his defense partner. And man with the plan, Eric Hambling looking up ice. Now a quick cross-ice pass off the boards does find its way to Malloy. As he sends one into the zone, it was blocked by a sliding defender. Adams was waiting there for that, and a huge hit there. Eric Hambling, the hammer, laying it down at the red line.
Number 20 certainly making his name known against his old squad. He did so in the last matchup between these two teams. Wanted to make sure that coaching staff knew that he was out there, and he did just that. Huge open ice hit for 20.
And he receives the head pats on the bench as well, as things have really started to spiral in IUP's favor. Physicality now going over the edge as well. Winsky finding that pass to Boker, and it goes back to Winsky. That was a nice play by the winger. Get two opportunities, and the quick pass into the middle poked away by Beck as Boker had it on the doorstep. Now a foot race to find this puck here. Into the zone for the quick shot. The rebound comes out in front. Nobody there to bank it home as Matthew Parker and Sela fighting for that puck on the far side.
Great defensive play by Spencer Dixon on that last rush by the Golden Flashes. Of course, was able to track that puck down back in the offensive zone for the Crimson Hawks. He didn't give up on the play. He tied up his man on that rebounded shot. Set the puck down to that area.
4.5 to go in the second period of play. Scrum in the corner, not progressing. Now the referee's getting in there and, well, at least hoping that it can. And it does come out. Loza with a quick turnaround shot. Rebound all the way back out to the point and into the zone. Sela will collect it here against the boards. He is tied up and moved off the puck, but Loza will find Maddox Rurick in the offensive zone. Takes a blocker shot that's deflected to the corner. Off the boards, Gabriel trying to progress this forward. London with a backhander will get it out of the zone for the time being. Delayed offsides pulls the Golden Flashes out for just a short time. Pass across the ice. Pressure forced by Gabriel, and Dixon with a huge hit there against the boards. Both parties up and skating after that collision against the boards, and now the long stretch pass able to find London as he negates the icing with the physical play in the corner, trying to get possession back for IUP. Instead it goes the Golden Flash's way, so I will send one in. Takes a weird bounce off the stanchion up top, almost hits some members on the bench. And Halpert had his head up there and was able to evade that shot.
Certainly feel the tensions rising between these two squads. You know the history between them. 4-1 the Crimson Hawks are in the last 5 matchups against the Kent State Golden Flashes. They're looking for their 5th win in 6 games. A lot of physicality, a lot of fireworks still to come, and that we've already seen.
Yeah, very competitive match, and we are getting to see in the final 3 minutes of the second period now. It's cleared all the way down into the neutral zone, where Creighton will control there and try to progress it up ice. And Creighton kept possession of the puck, now it off the boards. And the high shot goes wide, it stays in play and in the IUP zone. Off the boards, spinning off one hit, and getting back to the puck is Mudge. Now the backhander sent back in the direction of Mudge. It was wide. And now control it behind the net here. Centering pass intercepted and cleared by Miller. Off the boards, once again in the IUP zone. 2.5 to go in the period. Donovan looking up ice. Couldn't find Johnston. The referees see no tip. And with 2:21 to go in the period, a 3-2 hockey game. Kent State Golden Flashes once again with another offensive zone draw.
You know what I really like about the Crimson Hawks game plan so far tonight is that there's a lot of diversity, you could say, between lines. Certain lines going out there, and of course, trying to perform different tasks. We've seen this line looking for those stretch passes often, whereas maybe a line with Jace Rurick and Jordan Adams, they're looking for the traffic in front. It's been successful so far, 3-2 the score with just 2 minutes and 30 seconds about in the period. They're certainly reaching deep into their playbook to pull out a win against the Golden Flashes.
Miller fights through contact, and he gets it in the slot for Hunter Fairman on the hat-trick goal. Senior night special. Hunter Fairman, 3 goals in just the second period.
Must be some sort of curse against the Golden Flashes. The last time these teams matched up, Shane Miller had a hat trick in the second period alone. Here it is tonight, Hunter Fairman with a hat trick in just the second period alone. This period has had number 3 written all over it. 4-2 the score with just 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the second period.
Well, the forwards getting really active here. Of course, the IUP coaching staff have to be pleased with the production of Fairman and Johnston. They are 2 guys that have been out there for a high percentage of the ice time tonight. They have made work with what they've gotten. Into the zone. Jace Rurick's shot goes left of the net. And he gets it back behind the net. We'll clear it up to Hambling. Trotting it at the blue line. It deflects off the pad into the corner. Now pass, finding Hambling. Inside the blue line, just barely kept it in, but he did so. Rurick let it go for Ziemba to step up on the play. Now 4 Golden Flashes in the area, and they come away with possession. Off the wall, Gabriel will get it back here. Just over a minute and a half to go in the second period. The Crimson Hawks have dominated on the score sheet and really started to impose their will against their opposition. Despite going down 2-1 to start off the period, since then, they have doubled the Golden Flashes score. 4-2 we sit. Now just over a minute in his own end. Holmes will try to fire one up ice. Comes onto the stick of Ziemba. Thought about dropping it behind, instead progressing it to Boker, who finds Winsky on the left wing. Now a centering pass, unable to pull the trigger. Now Toth into the zone, finding the glove of Gates. He'll calmly stop that one as the Golden Flashes still lead in the shot department. Obviously, number 50 is a huge part of the reason Crimson Hawks are up 4-2.
Well, like you said, we see some of that fire coming from the Golden Flashes. Of course, Toth and Max Mudge both on that last push. 2 high scorers in that for sure. But Nathan Gates has been there for the challenge. And like you said, 31 shots on the board for the Golden Flashes, and Nathan Gates has stopped all but 2, certainly doing his part to aid in a win here for the Crimson Hawks. We still have a third period to play.
And a shot glove down by Gates, right off the face-off. Boker will get an opportunity here as he was tossed in the last draw. And the second opportunity for number 9. He gets possession for his team. Donovan controlling play, trying to get it up the far side to Loza as he tries to physical the puck out of the zone, unable to do so. 30 seconds remaining in the period. The Crimson Hawks, maybe time for another rush if they can get the bounce right, and London does. Moving right side, Trent London into the middle, finding Loza, and the goaltender stepped in front of it. London shot off the outside of the net and wide. 15 to go in the period. IUP still with puck possession in the offensive end. Loza tried to get to that puck as the fan pass found its way to the Golden Flashes instead. And now they move it up ice. 4 seconds in the period, and a great block by Sean Donovan to close out the second period. Gortz Gates had to get in there for a save himself. That will do it for period number 2.
And I think that block shot by Sean Donovan shows exactly the mentality that the Crimson Hawks are heading into the locker room with for the second intermission. Played a great period, brought back the lead, and a lot to come in the third period.
It's Hunter Fairman putting the team on his back that period. 3 goals for number 3 as we approach period number 3 in 15 minutes. We'll be back with the final period regulation from S&T Bank Arena. 15. And now both teams on the ice for the third period. Final period of regulation, and these two teams have gone at it for 40 minutes so far. Ultimately, it's only been 2 players for the Crimson Hawks and have broken through to the score sheet. Of course, Hunter Fairman supplying 3 goals, and he is out there to start this third period.
You know, like you said, the storyline of the second period, I think you could just go out and say was Hunter Fairman. Took it into his own hands, and
ooh,
yeah, that's an oddity.
Yeah, this one fired in from Fairman. Ended up in the equipment of Johnston as he blocked his own shot.
There they go, and some knuckle taps. They're all good. And like I was saying, Hunter Fairman really took the game into his own hands. 4-2 the score. 3 of those, of course, being from number 3, all in the second period. And certainly that last shot into Spencer Johnson was maybe a heat check, you could say. Still, the Crimson Hawks offense looking to put some more on the board.
And of course, we also discussed in that second intermission prospect of possibly Fairman having 4 in that second period. Of course, it was very contested. The Hawks all thought that he got the first goal. Of course, it was denied, and ultimately the referees don't have the same angles that we do, but luckily did have our cameraman on the ground. He was able to report. He believes the goal that the puck went across. What do you think?
I don't know. We might be able to take a look at some post-game evidence and see if that 4th goal can be awarded to Hunter Fairman, but he's definitely feeling himself on the offensive front. I'm sure he'll be happy at the end of the day with 3. He might not need 4, but see if he can go out and notch another.
Yeah, an electrifying player like that can take a reverse goal call and light a fire in the offensive end. That is what he's done. Of course, the rest of the Crimson Hawks also getting their licks in on offense as Loza's backhander very close to the net. Not easy to stop. And now the Crimson Hawks with an offensive zone draw as Loza takes to the paint. In the face-off dot, Loza gets the face-off win, and London will direct one to Sela at the point. He will just dump one down. Loza trying to track this one behind the net. Instead, it will go to Creighton. His pass is deflected on its way up ice. Trying to find Mudge in the offensive end. Instead, denied and sent back into the Kent State zone. London applying pressure. Back to Creighton. And some open ice. And now it's Mudge behind the net. Scans his options. He'll take it across center ice. Mudge fires one into the zone. It'll be Dixon getting to this one on the near corner. And he'll forward one as far as the red line before it goes to the far side. Just about 2 minutes into this third period. And the Kent State Golden Flashes have had a couple opportunities to go up the ice, but a lot of them have been snuffed out in the early going.
I was just going to mention that they've really not been in their offensive zone for a sustainable amount of time yet this period.
Now Rarick, his centering pass, a little bit dangerous there, but no sticks in the areas. He was trying to find Malloy, who's in front of the paint. Well, the interception, or at least the strip, will lead to the turnover, and Donovan will forward one up. Malloy gets a piece of it, goes into the zone. Now on this side, back to the far side, I should say. Miller will move one forward. Donovan steps up on the play. He had that huge block shot at the end of the second period. Now at the beginning of the third, trying to progress it forward. Still get into the zone though. And it's Jardine with his shot. He actually left it for a different shot, but Gates was there to make the save. He's had to step up a couple times. 33 shots the Golden Flashes have had to IUP's 27. The pressure has certainly been on at times, but the sustained pressure just not there as much as the Crimson Hawks have had. Boker with one hand on his stick, able to keep it alive long enough for Wild to send it back in. Stays in the zone for the time being. But the Golden Flashes still looking to move forward up ice. Gabriel with the tip pass. Able to find his man in stride, and going down into the boards was Sanchez, or I should say Bianchin. Took a tumble at the Hawks goal line. Now Wild tried to center that one with a pass off the boards. He gets to his own rebound. Winsky couldn't poke it free, though. Gabriel with space will move it up. Wild with the attempted swat, but it still moves forward. Into the zone, taking the shot, and the save by Gates. He's able to shut down the forward, and Colonel Kaiba. And the save will draw the whistle.
And we see there what obviously has been the story throughout the whole game. We saw the Crimson Hawks defenseman, defensive core, staying true to their identity as they did there and limited that shot from a pretty far distance. Of course, Gates likes as much room as he can work with when facing those shots, and of course, have held the Golden Flashes pretty silent so far in this third period. Well, like you mentioned before, you obviously can't use the excuse of not having opportunities if you're on the Kent State squad. 34 shots for the Golden Flashes, and Nathan Gates has been there for 32 of them.
Yeah, and that doesn't even take into account the block shots that IUP has had. Of course, the last whistle was triggered by one in their own end and ended up deflecting out of play. And it is certainly a way that the Crimson Hawks have directed play back into the faceoff circle where they've experienced a lot of success tonight.
And of course, there's plenty of guys up and down the Crimson Hawks roster. One heading into the dot there, Spencer Johnson. Guys like Jeffrey Boker and Matthew Loza, huge face-off winners. That
Gates getting into position here as the center shot came in right before he could get upright in the goal crease. Just like that, the Kent State Golden Flashes move within one as they cut the Hawks' lead in half.
And like you said, it's going to be Eric Toth, who has certainly not been quiet tonight, although he has not scratched the score sheet until now. Doing a great job of playmaking for the Golden Flashes, and the last one to touch the puck there behind Nathan Gates. 4-3 now the score. The Golden Flashes certainly within striking distance.
Under 16 minutes to play in this second period. Kent State University on the board already in this third period. All right, still need to get one more to get the tie. Crimson Hawks defense certainly stingy in that department. Don't want to give one up. An early goal. And we'll see how they respond. Donovan trying to bank one off the boards. The bouncing puck tried to be tracked by Loza. Instead, it was Sherman. Took it on the backhand and fired one into the IUP end. Soy with a hard pass to find Loza. He has options. He'll elect to go through. And the puck comes through first. Glove down. And the stoppage of play as Nick Beck holds on.
We saw a really flattering move from Matthew Loza as they entered the zone. Sort of flipped the puck up and then smacked it right back down the ice in between the legs of the defenseman for the Kent State Golden Flashes. Just unable to get enough space and recollect.
That opportunity there. Jace Rurick trying to find Malloy in the low slot. And has spelled some danger for the Golden Flashes, but they take it the other way. Deflects on Gates as the wide shot ended up on goal. Now Adams, Power skating it into the zone. Rurick trying for the backhand pass. Couldn't find Malloy. Now behind the net. Possession goes over. Ziemba stepping up for the puck. Won't be able to keep it IUP possession. The neutral zone. The Crimson Hawks have to delay as Malloy just got out of the zone. Did check up, so no delayed offsides currently pending. As the Golden Flashes try to move it up ice once again. On the right wing now, as he is hit into the boards by Hambling. Ziemba with a poke check to forward it up the near side, but it stays in the zone. And off the bench for the shot was Creighton. And a rebound sent out into the neutral zone.
Certainly a heavy shot at that off the blade of J.J. Creighton. The big defenseman certainly can sling it in there, and definitely not the look Nathan Gates wants to see, especially with a lot of traffic in front. But that traffic in front, of course, is what stopped that shot from Creighton. And score stands.
Yeah, the pressure the Golden Flashes have put on in this first period certainly outnumbering what the Hawks have been able to counter with so far as they approach almost 40 shots on the evening. The official count 37-27 in favor of the road team. Now Burkett, this side of the ice, will find Miller through traffic. Now he tried to center one for Johnston, but he was denied. Now they'll move it back forward. Kilway into the zone, was tripped up at the blue line. It is going to be a penalty against IUP. So the PPC penalty kill will have to come out here. Only the second time that they've had to kill off a penalty this game. This could be huge in the third period.
Well, that's for sure. Of course, we know that last matchup between these two teams was ridden with penalties in all three periods. It's been pretty quiet here tonight. It looks like Hunter Fairman is heading to the box for that penalty. Well, like you said, Crimson Hawks on the PPC penalty kill. Certainly a crucial time for the Golden Flashes to capitalize on this 5-on-4 opportunity.
We'll see if IUP's penalty kill can be as smooth as the Golden Flashes were in the first half of theirs. As of course, they were able to notch that shorthanded goal in the second period that broke the tie at first. Since then, the Crimson Hawks, with 3 unanswered goals, finally got an answer in this third period. Now with 13 and a half minutes to go, we will get another look at the PPC penalty kill. The Golden Flashes power play. Nice tip by Wild. He has just been a demon on the penalty kill as he gets to it here and sends it back down the ice.
A crucial part to that first penalty kill unit that was out there for the Crimson Hawks. Killed off 30 seconds of the power play for the Golden Flashes. And like you said, tipped that puck free at the blue line. Just pushed the puck the other way.
Soy will fire one off the glass, but it stays in the zone off of Gabriel. Finds Creighton back into the middle. Johnston broke up the play, but couldn't get it out of the zone. Creighton on the far side. His shot down low. Pad save, and the scrum in the middle owning the puck. Eventually, Miller able to find it and send it out of the zone. Some extracurriculars as Miller was dropped by Creighton. The zone ends. He was looking for a penalty, won't get one. Instead, Hambling will bring it up ice and wipes out on the offensive rush.
Certainly a great last couple of seconds for the shift. Sean Donovan did a great job blocking those passes and 2 initial shots on the power play. Hands off the ice now, and Kaziemba and Eric Hambling for the defenseman out there.
Storty able to move that puck along the near side, but Rurik with the interception sends it down. Now 30 seconds on the man advantage, and the penalty kill, still work to do. Now Bijardine taking up the right wing with the puck. He will put the brakes on. He has a target out at the point, waited too long, so we'll have to wrap it down to the goal line. He comes back to him. Now they play with it at the point. 2 seconds left on the Hunter Fairman minor as he now comes out of the box with a one-timer denied to the corner. London hit down on the ice at the red line and a whistle. The referee did have his arm up, but it may just be signaling the icing. The Crimson Hawks just aren't getting the calls tonight.
Certainly a statement penalty kill for the Crimson Hawks. Like you said, it was a crucial time for the Golden Flashes to look for that equalizer. Of course, they didn't get it. We're back to 5-on-5. And even with the physicality starting to incline, Crimson Hawks stand tall in the penalty kill.
Face off won by IUP. It'll be Evan Sala taking possession away and moving it forward. Trying to find Malloy. Instead, the defenders will play with it. For the Golden Flashes, moving it back up ice. 11 minutes to go in the period. Blockered away by Gates. Now off the boards. Sent forward. Tried to find London. Who made a nice play on Gabriel to at least progress it back into the zone. The Golden Flashes still controlling play here in the third period. Around the net, Gates getting back into position here. Now his possession goes over. Dixon steps up on the play. Got his body in there and forced possession over. Couldn't get it out of the zone, though. Now off the boards, Donovan the swipe at it. It'll end up in the Hawks bench.
And we'll see the defensive zone draw here for the Crimson Hawks. Of course, The shot counter now sits 27-39 in favor of the Golden Flashes. Certainly Nathan Gates getting his work in here tonight. He's doing a great job holding back the Golden Flashes offense. Just still pushing heavy.
Loza tripped up as he progressed the puck forward, and that will be called as the fans show their appreciation for a call finally going the Hawks' way. And now in the third period, a crucial penalty taken by number 18, Tommy Kilway. He'll have to sit for 2 minutes. And we'll get a first-hand look at the PPC power play that converted once already in this game.
Yeah, of course, the packed house here tonight, excited about this 5-on-4 opportunity for the Crimson Hawks, like you said. And 1-for-1 on the power play here tonight, and they're looking to be 2 for 2. Grab one more just as an insurance goal and secure the win.
Fairman couldn't find the edge on the attacking forward inside the blue line. His second try up ice will find its way all the way down. Beck will control. The penalty killer getting to it, and nobody there on the high or on the far side at the point. Keep that puck in. 90 seconds only remaining on the IUP power play. It'll be Shane Miller firing it in from the red line. Wide of the net. Adams gets to it first on the near side. And the tie-up results in a clear for the Golden Flashes, as it looks like a different penalty power play unit will come out for the PPC power play.
It looks like both squads are going to get some fresh legs out there, of course, for the Golden Flashes penalty kill, and the Hawks' second power play unit, Jace Rurick, looking to kickstart it himself.
Now the tie-up along the boards, 24-on-24. Johnston in the area as well, as that puck is plastered against that blue paint on the boards. Now it finally comes free. The Golden Flashes with possession again. One of the top penalty killing units in the league, and now into the net. And the pass goes wide. He couldn't pull the trigger. A whistle will stop play. The whistle coming from center ice. We'll see what the call is.
As we wait to hear what the call is, of course, the bench for the Crimson Hawks has to keep in the back of their mind that the Golden Flashes have a great short-handed offense. I know they converted on it once already tonight, one short-handed goal for them, and they're looking for a second, as the 2 minutes is now assessed on the board against the Crimson Hawks. Looks like Eric Hambling will sit.
Yeah, so the contact down low that the Golden Flashes have forced with their aggressive penalty kill pays off, as they're able to get the early kill and 4-on-4 opportunity. It'll be 30 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, and then about 90 seconds of Golden Flashes power play. The Hawks certainly in no rush, as Fairman will move it up in front of the goaltender, and now across the red line into the zone. Hunter Fairman looking for another wraparound opportunity. Goes on the far side that time. Miller in the area poking for it as well. But the goaltender comes away with possession, and Beck will stop the play.
And of course, Hunter Fairman converted on that wraparound opportunity earlier in the game. He went for that wraparound again and saw the defensive setup. What a lack there was by the Golden Flashes, and saw Shane Miller on the opposite post. It's a fumbling puck, was unable to connect.
Only 8 seconds remain of even strength hockey at 4-on-4. As for the time being, the Golden Flashes will patiently sit and wait for their power play to come, and it does. A little under 90 seconds on the Kent State power play. Within one goal in this game, of course, sitting at 39 shots on the board, as Gates has to be up to the challenge. Face off against this power play unit. The far side, taking the shot. That took a weird bounce. Looked like it beat Gates, but didn't end up in the goal. Might have been off the post. Either way, wide. And now a one-on-one shot. Clearer opportunity there. A nice tie up there by Boker, and he gets the clear for the Crimson Hawks.
Yeah, a huge penalty killer the Crimson Hawks love to have on their roster. Jeffrey Boker, of course, doing a great job to tie up his man up high, and of course, snuffed that opportunity.
This time it was number 8, Ty Burkett, who got the clear down after the tie-up along the boards. And the Golden Flashes will start things off only 30 seconds as they move into the IUP zone. Avellino finds his winger, I should say defenseman, playing up as Falkowski just rips one into the zone. Johnston with the interception, trying to find Shane Miller. The puck too far in front. But Miller will control the puck behind the net. Receives some high contact there as possession goes over. 5 seconds remaining as he enters the zone. Along the far side, wrapping it back. Jardine trying to find a play in the middle and out of the box. Rierick made the play after Hamling subbed for him off the bench. And still swatting for that puck. Eventually possession going over as Johnston tied up at the red line and taken down. Possession going over once more. Jardine with the puck again. And we are back to even strength hockey, and now a whistle will stop play.
Yeah, of course. Right when play gets back to 5-on-5, a whistle against the Crimson Hawks. Looks like a man is going to head back to the box. It's going to be Kyle Ziemba for the Crimson Hawks. Way back to a PPC penalty kill.
That we will do. It is still a one-score game. The Golden Flashes already with 3 different minors to try to convert on in this period. They are 0 for 2 so far. We'll see if the third time is the charm. Of course, the Hawks defense seems to be getting better and better on the penalty kill. And I'd say last time, I mean, they killed off a minute before Kent State could even enter the zone.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of sort of hoarding the puck where they can. Like you said, they killed about half of the power play away, and they look to do the same thing here. We wait to hear what the official call is against Kyle Ziemba. It's going to be Jeffrey Boker, Sean Donovan, Richard Wild, who's been a great penalty killer so far tonight. And it's going to be Zach Soy backing those 4.
Killers have certainly gotten their ice time this period as they go back out there, trying to deny him once again. Wild with the interception, tried to find Poker in stride up ice. Instead it was gloved down out of the zone, but they enter back. And now Boker with a quick wraparound to send it to the opposite corner and down the ice.
We saw that great clear by Jeffrey Boker, and in exchange, Spencer Johnson comes out onto the ice. Another fantastic penalty killer as he's doing his work now.
Eibach able to evade one skater. Now he gets it to the point to Creighton. This way to Gabriel. He has the shooting lane. He'll elect to pass it across the ice. Back to the high slot. Creighton finds Gabriel once again. In and out of the glove of Gates. He's able to track down the rebound and settle it before anything could escalate.
Certainly all pressure on Nathan Gates on that last shot. That marks his 41st shot faced. He's certainly feeling the pressure by this Golden Flashes power play. 1 minute and 11 to go until the Hawks are back to even strength.
Fired shot comes wide of the net. That one came off the stick with some heat, and now he gets the puck back. Another shot, another save by Gates as he played aggressive on that shot from Nick Storty from the point position and got a couple licks in there against Gates.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble play by Gates as he left his crease. Of course, to dive for that puck, and he did just that. Of course, the gamble being if he misses, it's a wide open net for the defenseman on that right post, but he's able to stop it.
And he doesn't make too many ill-advised gambles. When he does come out, he's pretty sure with his hands. He's able to get on top of that puck. He has to continue to be the best penalty killer out there, and he stands tall there. Another glove save as he saw that one all the way from the point. And Storty shut down on another rocket.
And the Crimson Hawks are going to trade off for a new pair of defensemen. It's going to be Zach Soy and Sean Donovan out there, and we know their defensive strength regardless of how many men are on the ice. He gets right to work, Zach Soy.
Yeah, Soy with that attempted clear. Donovan now getting to the puck, and he'll have a clear of his own. This one will make it all the way down. Now with just 30 seconds, the Golden Flashes in their own zone. We'll have to game plan here. Storty sends it to the near side. It'll be Falkowski moving it forward. Chasing the puck for the Golden Flashes now is Sherman. So he gets the puck away here. As Sherman touches that puck, the IUP fans who got a better view of it, calling for the penalty, they're going to get it. It's going to be a minor against Kent State, and that'll do it for their power play.
And it's definitely a great time for the Crimson Hawks to take, or of course be on the receiving end of that penalty, I should say. 11 seconds remain on that cross-check assessed to Kyle Ziemba. And they'll have just under a minute and 50 seconds on the 5-on-4 play. You see Spencer Johnson heading to his line mates and looking for a setup for 4-on-4.
Under 10 seconds, 4-on-4 is cleared into the neutral zone, and Soy will leave it for handling. Much like the Golden Flashes, the Crimson Hawks await and will get the PPC power play now. Trent London into the offensive zone. Looks for his options across ice, finds Hambling in space, gets the quick shot off, the rebound tried to be banked home by Johnston, but he gets the interception here, and a backhander bounced onto net, doesn't make it there, is blocked by the defenders in front.
Yeah, great opportunity for Spencer Johnson. Just a weird angle shot off the backhand. And of course, Nick Beck stopped it all the way through, but the offensive push here for the Hawks is right back to work.
Johnston fighting for possession, and he gets it in the corner. Now out to Rarick, to London, back to Ziemba from the point, and a glove saved by Beck. He decides to play it on the penalty kill. Now off the boards and cleared down the ice. Now, at the very least, the Crimson Hawks, I mean, they of course want the goal on the power play, but at the very least, it's taken 2 minutes off the clock.
Exactly that. And know that time is not on Kent State's side. Of course, they're looking to just control the puck, kill off as much time as possible, and skate out of here with a win.
Adams beat Malloy into the zone, and so this play onside as the Hawks set up. Miller down low to Malloy. Back to Miller with some open space. He took the shot. Deflects to the far side, so he keeps it in. 20 seconds on the man advantage. Now Malloy moving this way, finds Miller. Now Soy on the far side, goes to Fairman at the point, and the point shot patted away. With 10 seconds to go on the power play. BBC power play unsuccessful on this attempt. But now 2.5 minutes remain in the period, and crunch time is prevalent.
And of course, Kent State doing a great job on that penalty kill as well. They held their strength in the middle, limited all opportunities for the Hawks to the outside. And of course, we're back to 5-on-5.
Miller able to kick this forward, but he couldn't find it with the stick. And possession goes over just outside of 2 minutes to go. Donovan moving it up ice, finding Winsky as he progresses it into the zone. Now from the corner, Miller trying to find possession. He had his legs taken out from behind, and he couldn't stay with the play. Now some more contact in front of the slot, just off screen. And some extra contact there forces Winsky off the puck. Just over 100 seconds remaining in this third period. Now the Kent State Golden Flashes into the zone. The netminder starting to inch out of his crease, but still 5-on-5 action as it's cleared back in his direction. And it will be played there by Falkowski. We'll see if Beck follows the skaters up ice on his goaltender position. He has certainly not had a poor night. They need an extra skater on the ice now, and that's where he'll go. As Beck to the bench, and the sixth skater out there for Kent State. Odd man opportunity for them. Malloy trying to bounce one pass, but it stays in at the blue line. Just over 60 seconds to go now. From the corner. He has options. He goes for the low shot, and it's deflected behind the net. And from the right wing position. Point shot blocked up front by Winsky. Shot blockers have been in full effect for the Crimson Hawks, and they continue to be here. But a skewed line change, and the Golden Flashes back in the IUP zone. A nice play off the bench to keep that puck out in the neutral zone. I think that was Rurick that got his stick on it. 30 seconds, all that remains in this period. Of course, a highly consequential divisional game. They're trying to find points here, and Gates shuts him down with the right pad and the fisticuffs afterwards. Of course, in play.
Both squads still going at it. Like you said, a very influential game deciding where teams will stack up in the conference playoffs. 18 seconds remain, and the Golden Flashes know their backs are against the wall. They're sending 6 skaters out. Try and get that 4th goal and tie it up. We saw, of course, that miracle story last week against West Virginia. Crimson Hawks scored with just 10 seconds remaining in the 3rd period to tie it up. Of course, they lost that one in overtime. Well, we see Kent State take their time out there. They're going to work things out. See how they can draw up some sort of answer against the Crimson Hawks defense.
Now, when they got that first goal early in the 3rd period, I expected the scoring to start to open up. Whether they got the next tying goal or the Crimson Hawks regained their lead, similar to what happened in the 2nd period. But it has just been a neck-and-neck matchup between these two teams. And obviously, we talked about it in the 1st period, but the playoff implications behind this game are huge. And Kent State coming in here, if they could get the regulation win against IUP, they'd be in much better position to possibly overtake JCU. Of course, the Crimson Hawks are under 20 seconds away from instead forcing a even more critical game tomorrow against JCU, who is currently in play against Mercyhurst. We don't have the current score of that game. Of course, the result of this one and that one will both factor into the storylines tomorrow, as the puck drop will happen at 5:40 Saturday afternoon against John Carroll University. 2 home games for IUP before they head on the road to Rhode Island. Shot comes in, blocked in front by the glove of Gates. And now this shot goes well wide of the net. Under 10 seconds to go in the period. 5 remaining on the clock. Moving across with the wraparound shot. And of course, it was a blocked shot by Hunter Fairman to cap off this Hawks victory. The scoring coming in the 2nd period. That's all the Hawks needed to come away with the win tonight.
Like you said, it wouldn't have ended any other way. The Hawks laying their body on the line to snuff out that last shot against the Golden Flashes. Great win to head in to tomorrow against another divisional rival.
So a tightly contested matchup today, and an even tighter matchup expected on tap tomorrow. But before we get to that game, you have to look at the 3 stars of this one. And looking at your list, I can't disagree.
Yeah, of course, we have to give the 3rd star here tonight to the man between the pipes, Nathan Gates. He faced 47 shots against the Golden Flashes of Kent State, and he stopped 44 of them. Of course, keeping the Hawks in this game every second. The 2nd star goes to Spencer Johnson. He had that initial goal that broke the scoring open for the game, and it'd be none other than Hunter Fairman with the 1st star. He had that hat trick in the 2nd period.
Almost 4 goals.
Almost four. They only granted him 3. And of course, it held true all the way throughout the 3rd and ended up being the game winner.
So the Hawks riding now a 5-game point streak, as they are 4-0-1 in their last 5. And they look to continue that tomorrow evening against JCU. But until then, I've been Alex Donaldson alongside Josh Yates. For Brianna Bland, we thank you for tuning in to this broadcast from IUP Hockey. We'll be back tomorrow night with more action. The Crimson Hawks at the bank. And until then, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night.